Well, I was just told that I don't know how to explain science, and I'm a nut bar. So we're going to just sort of prove that a little bit. The first thing, because there's an awful lot of science to learn, and clearly I'm dealing with mindsets that can't receive information and see what they want to see. So I'm now going to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that you see what you want to see. How you judge your own world is actually something within you and not actually within the people that you're judging. If you want to see hate, that's because you have hate inside you. And your reflections on the world, your behaviors in the world, will reflect what's actually inside you. The judger, the observer, changes their reality into exactly what they want to be. This is the problem that we are dealing with, is you have some bad shit happen in your life that gets you really, really angry and hateful towards whatever experience you have. And then because you have that level of hate inside you, the glasses that you view your world with is you will always see hate everywhere. You'll make shit up. If hate doesn't exist, because your focus is always on the hate, that's all you're ever going to see. Because there may be something that is loving there, but you'll never see that because you're too wrapped around your own personal hates. And there is a lot of deep sciences, a lot of quantum physics that backs this up. Roger Penrose's experiment definitely is showing that. And as we can sort of see that if you want to see hate in me from like this Wachter group, you'll get a response. You will change who I am because I'm going to respond to it. I have to react. You are creating me into exactly what you want me to be created into. Now, I don't hate any one of these people. I just know they're lacking a ton of information and don't have a clue of what they're doing. It is so easy to forgive and forget, but while they're creating their own realities, they can't see that they will be transforming me into who they want me to be. They want me to be a hateful person. They want me to lash out. They want me to respond to all of their negative videos, which will only be upsetting, let's face it, which will only make me make more videos that are going to express more of my point of view. And then we're going to be entangled in this war of viewpoints and all of disagreements while nobody has any interest to find out where's the agreement. Where's the peace? Y'all want peace in your world, but yet all you're doing is creating as much friction as possible. So yeah, I can't be helped being caught up in the vortex of hate because that's what you want to see. That's what you want me to be. You want me to react. You want me to be negative towards you. I'm doing as much as I possibly can not to fall into that vortex of hate, and it all depends on my event horizon, how I handle this event, especially today since I've been heavily threatened to shut down my channel and told that I don't know how to explain some sciences. So this is a huge process, and I will start very, very slowly, and I will post some links to a couple of good videos. You're visual. You clearly don't read. A lot of people have said, prove it. I've given reading material that nobody wants to read, and so because nobody wants to read, then the comment is I can't provide evidence. If I can't provide the evidence, if you don't want to read, then, there's not too much I can do about that, but you are visual people, so maybe watching a good documentary might open up your perspective. Some knowledge might be able to be received a lot easier visually. We are mostly all visual people. Kind of hard not to see a documentary and kind of gain an education from that. It's a little easier than reading a book. So I understand that, and I'm going to post a video. It's called What the Bleep Do We Know? And there's another sequel to that, which is Down the Rabbit Hole. A lot of quantum physics in there, and they do touch a lot about water. But when you start seeing the things with water, there isn't what you will find to all those that are receptive to wanting to learn this and can receive information. There's a lot of information in there as well. That there's other information that sort of needs to be added. This is just a very, very small picture of it. You'll see some experiments that were done with water that the molecular structure of water is actually changed depending on what labels are put on these bottles of water, and that the body is made mostly of water. And so there may be a misconception that this concept of this bottled intentions would change the molecular structure of the water, and if you just drink it, it'll somehow magically change your life. That part won't work. You cannot just put positive statements on a bottle and drink it and think that in some way, shape, or form that will change your life. That definitely will not happen, because you are your own label. What thoughts you have in your mind will transform the molecular structure of the water you're drinking. So you can drink positive water all you want, but as soon as that water goes into your body, then what thoughts that you tell your body will actually change that molecular structure back into whatever it is you want it to be. So that's kind of the concept that you have to understand, that it's sort of like a double negative, and will create actually worse harm. So, for example, if I put a jar that said love on it, and the molecular structure of that water is now set to be love, and you in your own body is nothing but hate, as soon as you drink this bottle with a molecular structure of love in it, as soon as that water is now in your body container that is filled with hate, then it will change the molecular structure of that water. So it's kind of pointless. You have to actually change what's in self. But the biggest concept with this bottled intentions is you have to understand that how every product that you use, every single thing that you purchase, is designed to attach a belief system attached to it. A lot of it is sex sells, or you'll get happy if you buy this product, which is, hey, I want to get happy, so you buy that product. The product is never going to make you happy, but you're fooled into buying that. There's a lot of psychology that's going on with how to manipulate people into doing things. How this concept of bottled intentions is to make you more aware of what it is you want to think about. You have to actually constantly use it as a reminder of what it is you want to be and what you want to have inside you. So you can't just constantly say, I am love, I am love, I am love. That won't get you anywhere. You have to actually feel what it feels like to feel love, and then it makes the chemistry in your mind for you to create that. You change the molecular structure within yourself when you can convince yourself to feel what love feels like. Every time you have a thought, you don't think in words, you think in chemical experiences. And there are peptides and proteins, which you'll see a little bit of that in this documentary. And every time you have these thoughts, these peptides and proteins do attach itself to your DNA. So it does make up who you are in a DNA level, a quantum level. So, and I'll try and find some videos on Bruce Lipton. Probably not today. I'll have to do some research, but do some research yourself on Bruce Lipton. He studied stem cell research, so it was at the very quantum levels of the smallest levels of cells, and what they found out that each cell they're like antennas. They send out information and they receive information, and there's also a waiting to decide thing that's going on with every cell, and that's happening within the cellular structure of our cells, but it's also happening within the bigness of how we relate with our world, that we send out information, we receive information, and we do have a period of waiting to see what's going to happen, like a decision period. Now, there also is a film which I won't even bother posting because I kind of am totally in disagreement with it, is The Secret and Law of Attraction. There is one aspect that, yeah, what's inside you is what you will attract, but their concepts of how they explain it is not something that I agree with. They go by, oh, you should try it, and it's like, you got to reverse that. You've got to see that whatever you are attracting in your life, whatever you experience in your life, is actually coming from something inside you that you are attracting. It is sort of a law that you're using all the time and don't even notice it. And they kind of go on the concept of, well, just try it. And it's like, no, it's not about just try something, because it will never work for you. What you've got to do is reverse mechanics your experience, and if you don't like what it is that you see, you have to reverse mechanics yourself and say, what is it about me that's attracting this? And yeah, for me, there's something within me that has attracted this Vaughter group. No denial of that. So I have to sort of sit back and say, what's going on? Why would I attract this mess? And it is this good versus evil thing, that because my genetics have always had a lot of very abusive experiences. My parents were abusive. I married an abusive man. There are cycles of abuse. So those are things that I wanted to study. So it's more like, yeah, I'm ready to face the bear, and it's like, what are we fighting about? I know I'm my enemy's enemy, so I know I'm just as evil as I see my enemy to be. But it's like the only way that we're going to overcome this good and evil is if both sides end up getting some information about what the fuck we're doing. And so, it's easy to share this information with people that want the information, that are receptive. They're loving people, that is easy to communicate with. It's a little bit more challenging trying to communicate with your enemies, with your abusers. That is where the challenge comes. And so obviously that's what's inside me is, I want that conversation. I want that peace table. I want to find out how I can actually be who I want to be and still allow the other person to be who they want to be. How can we have a peace table? How can we communicate effectively enough and create the world that we all happen to want? I happen to believe both sides want peace and love. I'm pretty sure every single person that's harassing me wants that. Doesn't want any human harmed on the planet. So it's a matter of, okay, how do you think that's going to happen? Do you not think that we need to sit down with our enemies and have that conversation? To me, that only makes sense. So when I look at why am I attracting this war onto myself, because ultimately I have to be the one that's responsible for what I'm attracting. And yeah, I can see why I'm attracting it. I'm ready for the conversation. I've been researching for this my whole entire life. Like I'm not ready to face the bear, face the dragons, and prove my shit. So we will start off with that one video. And if you want to continue to see hate, then feel free to post a whole pile of hateful comments and re-edit my videos to make it appear like whatever it is that you want to appear. But ultimately, at the end of the day, those that are going to hang around and hear more sciences and more sciences are going to really see who you are ultimately. And, you know, if it means that the only way that you get it is by more people seeing you for who you are, someone who just doesn't want peace, isn't willing to do the work to create peace, not willing to have that conversation, not willing to allow other people to have a voice, then maybe that's the way it needs to go. I'm not in control of this. You are going to be in control of your own destiny, and you will attract whatever experiences you need, because I do believe that you're after peace in your way. And if your way means, you know, I want as many enemies coming at me as possible so that all of my enemies, you know, I get more enemies coming towards me, you know, and doing harm to me and censoring me and you know, when you get enough of that and you get tired of that, maybe that's the way you need to make your change. I am not the answer to that. You have to decide what it is that you want and when you want to jump into whatever it is that you do want. But these are some good videos that might open up your perspective, and there's a lot more coming because there's a lot to explain. Peace out.